I lost my fiancée, then I lost my reputation. The first time someone called me a murderer, it was my ex's mother. We were standing in front of the closed casket, white flowers everywhere, that fake funeral perfume mixing with the smell of cheap coffee. She didn't scream. She just leaned in so close I could feel her breath on my cheek and whispered, "Are you happy now? You finally killed her." I couldn't move. People were talking behind us. The pastor was still flipping through his notes, and I was just frozen, staring at a photo of Emma laughing on some beach years ago, before everything went wrong. Everyone knew we were supposed to get married. Everyone knew I was the one who called it off. What they didn't know, what nobody wants to hear now, is that she was the one who left me first. Her brother walked by and his shoulder accidentally slammed into mine. My own mother wouldn't look me in the eye. It was like the room had decided I wasn't a person anymore. I was cause and effect. She's dead. I said no. Do the math. I kept replaying the last time I saw Emma. The way she said, "If you don't take me back, I don't know what I'll do." And I said something I can't take back. Something that sounds a lot worse when the person you said it to ends up dead a week later. So yeah, that's how this starts. With a funeral, a whisper in my ear, and one question stuck in my head. Is everyone wrong about me? Or am I? If you'd met us 3 years ago, you'd never believe we'd end like this. Emma was the sunshine type. Not in a cheesy way, more like she walked into a room and suddenly the room had Wi-Fi. Everyone just connected. She could talk to strangers in line at the grocery store and walk out with a new best friend. I'm the opposite. Background guy. The one holding the camera, not in the picture. Which is probably why everyone loved her more than me. Including my family, especially my mom. We got engaged after 4 years together. Small ring, tiny apartment, big plans. We were saving for a wedding and a dog we couldn't afford. She stuck post-its everywhere. Future Mrs. H. Don't forget to marry me. Stupid, cute things that at the time felt like a promise and now feel like evidence. The fight started over nothing. They always say that, but it's true. A bill she forgot to pay. A joke I made that she didn't think was funny. She snapped, I snapped back, and suddenly we were dragging old arguments out like dead bodies. You don't listen. You don't take anything seriously. You never choose me. She packed a bag that night, just threw close and crying, saying she'd stay with her friend until I missed her enough. I said, "Don't make this a drama, Em." She turned at the door, eyes red, and said, "One day you're going to wish you'd fought for me." I didn't believe her. Not then. 2 months after she left, she texted me, "Can we talk? Please, just coffee." By then, I'd already told everyone we were taking space. My dad called it a rough patch. My friends spammed me with, "You dodged a bullet, man." Messages whenever I complained about how messy the breakup was. She showed up at the cafe in my hoodie. That hurt more than it should have. She looked smaller somehow. Tired. Makeup smudged like she'd forgotten it was there. We talked about surface stuff at first. Work, the apartment, who got what furniture. Then her eyes got glossy and she said, "I messed up. I thought you'd come after me." I remember my stomach twisting because she was right. Part of me did think she'd come back on her own, that she'd realize I wasn't going to chase her forever. "I've been seeing someone," I blurted out. Not serious, not anything. Just a girl from work I'd gone out with twice. But the words hit Emma like a car. She went quiet. Too quiet. Then she said, "I can be better. I'm in therapy now. I'm taking my meds again. I just I just need you to give me another chance. Please, I can't do this without you." And here's the line. The line everyone keeps throwing back at me like a knife. "I'm not your emotional support animal, Emma. I'm not going back just so you don't fall apart again." Her lip trembled. "If you don't take me back, now I don't know what I'll do." I rolled my eyes. Don't be dramatic. That was the last time I saw her alive. The call came 3 days later. I was at work arguing with a printer that hated me when my phone buzzed with her best friend's name. Hey, what's... She's gone. I actually laughed. I thought she meant like moved, left town, blocked me. Something petty and survivable. But then she said the word, the one that eats every other word around it. Suicide. Everything after that was fragments. She'd been found in her apartment. There was a note. No, they weren't going to read it to me over the phone. Yes, her parents knew. Yes, they knew we'd talked. I remember sitting on the floor of the storage room at work, back against boxes of printer paper, trying to breathe like a normal person, while my brain played back every second from that cafe. If you don't take me back, don't be dramatic. At the funeral, her mom cornered me about the note. Apparently my name was in it. Not as the villain, not as the hero. Just there. A paragraph about how she'd broken something she couldn't fix, and he deserves better than the broken version of me. You'd think that would absolve me, right? Wrong. Why didn't you take her back if you knew she was struggling? You knew about her meds, didn't you? You talked to her days before she died. What did you say? Her brother posted some vague crap on Facebook about men who abandon women when they need them most. People liked it, shared it. I watched the little angry emojis roll in like a swarm of red bees and thought, okay, there it is. Jury's in. Here's the part I haven't told anyone. 2 weeks after the funeral, Emma's therapist emailed me. I didn't even know therapists could do that, but apparently Emma had signed some form giving consent if something ever happened. She wanted to meet, said there were things I should know. I almost didn't go. I was already drowning in everyone else's version of the story. I wasn't sure I could handle a professional one too, but I showed up. Small office, soft lighting, water cooler hum. The kind of place Emma used to say smelled like feelings. Her therapist didn't look at me like a murderer. That helped. She told me Emma had been struggling long before our breakup, that the meds she went back on at the end, she'd stopped them for months before that there had been other attempts I never knew about. She loved you, the therapist said, but her illness convinced her that losing you meant losing everything. That's not on you. I wanted to believe her. I still do. But then she slid a printed, unsent note across the table. A draft Emma had written in her phone and never used. It was to me. It said she was sorry, that she knew I'd blame myself, that I shouldn't. I stared at that last line for so long, the words stopped looking like English. If even she didn't want me to carry this, then why does everyone else insist I should? I walked out of that office with more questions than answers. Because now it wasn't just, did I kill her? It was, how many people failed her and found it easier to point at me? It's been 8 months, long enough that people expect me to be better about it. I switched jobs, blocked half of her family, deleted my socials after someone sent me a DM saying, hope you think of her every time you're happy. Jokes on them, I haven't really been happy since. My mom still flinches when Emma's name comes up. She says things like, you couldn't have known. But she says it too fast, like she's trying to convince herself as much as me. Sometimes I scroll through our old messages. It's like watching two ghosts flirting. Memes, grocery lists, love yous, her sending me photos of random dogs on the street. Mixed in with that are the red flags I didn't recognize as red at the time. I don't know what I'd do without you. You're the only thing keeping me together. If you ever leave, I'm done. Back then it sounded romantic. Now it sounds like warning labels I ignored. So here I am, talking to a camera in my tiny kitchen at 2 a.m. Asking strangers on the internet the question everyone close to me is too biased to answer. I loved someone who was sick. I set a boundary I thought I had a right to set. She made a choice I can't undo. Does that make me the villain in this story? Or just another casualty of it? You tell me.